Welcome back. In this video, we're going to cover the two send types and when you should use each in your business. So here they are. There are only two types of emails that you're going to send, and maybe types isn't correct. There's only two ways that you're going to trigger a send to your subscriber base. The first type is a broadcast, right? This is an email that you're sending out either to all of your subscribers or specific segments of your subscribers. And the second type is a triggered mail. So this mail is something that it happens automatically after a specific action. So let's dive into these a little bit. So there are only two types of emails that should be broadcast to your entire database: promotions and newsletters, with a gigantic asterisk on promotions. All right, not every promotion should be broadcast to your entire subscriber base. However, and this is something we'll cover in depth later, sometimes you're using your broadcast to actually segment out for Ascension. And we'll talk about that again in depth a little bit later on in the training. So everything else, right, everything except promotions and content should be triggered by a specific action or behavior. So your subscriber should do something individually that triggers another email to go out. So just because, and this is important, so before we go on to examples, this is a disclaimer that I like to tell everyone, because now in the age of marketing automation, the possibilities are endless. You can trigger emails to go out when people open your email on a mobile phone, when it's their birthday, when it's their anniversary of the first time they ever opened an email with you, all kinds of very specific things. Now, just because you can trigger something doesn't mean you should. So what I want to break down is some more appropriate times that you should be triggering emails in your business. So let's go over a few examples of triggered emails. Now, we've already kind of talked about this one, and what you're going to see is a lot of duplication here to some of the different email types we talked about in the previous videos. So a new subscriber welcome email. This should be triggered to everyone once, the very first time they subscribe to your email list. Even if they're re-opting in for engagement purposes and for Ascension purposes, this is an email subscribers should only get once, and arguably one of the most important emails that you should send. We're going to, again, break this email down line by line a little bit later on. Lead magnet delivery. When someone requests something from you, the second that they make that request, they should automatically be delivered whatever it is that they requested. That should be a triggered email. It's not something that you should batch or broadcast manually. Any type of registration confirmations, purchase receipts, any segmented promo. All right, we're going to, again, dive into this a little bit later on. If you're sending out an email that is meant to ascend someone or to segment someone by interest and trigger another promo, that secondary promo should happen seamlessly and immediately. Referral requests, all right? If someone, a really good example here is if someone gives you positive feedback, then you should instantly trigger a referral request. At any point in time, if someone initiates feedback that is positive with your brand, that is the most important time to ask them to share your brand with someone else, because you know they've just told you they've made a gigantic step from one phase of the customer journey to the next, and it is prime time for you to ask them to share you and your brand with the people that they know and trust. This is a big one. Cart abandonment. So if someone starts to make a purchase but stops, you need to email them automatically and as close to immediately as possible to recoup that sale. And re-engagement. In fact, we're going to dive into this one a lot, a whole lot a little bit later on. But if someone becomes disengaged or unengaged with your brand, meaning they're not opening or clicking your emails anymore, you should automatically trigger a campaign with the sole purpose of getting that lost subscriber back re-engaged with your brand. So we'll break each of those down in a video later on. Now, in the next video, we're going to cover building your email list. Now, this is something that most people dive into first, and we're going to talk a little bit about why that may not be the right way to go about it. So I'll see you in the next video.